Hey, so this is Phil. Just want to go through what I went through to replace the hard drive in this old Acer. Now, I did a video called Saving the Slowest Laptop in the World. And in that video I showed you how to open the back of the computer and get to the memory, the battery, and the hard drive. Well, I owned this computer for a long time, man, and I actually bought it from my wife. And I was really angry after I bought it because it was so slow. It was just, I couldn't use it, and she couldn't use it either. And after I bought it, pretty much right after I bought it, she had a stroke. And it just didn't become important, you know. We were just fighting so much to get her better, and I believe that I might have bought it. I might have bought it after she had the stroke, but like there was so much going on, I just didn't care. I was like, you know, I'll just put that away, and that's what I did for about 9 years. I put it away. So my wife passed away, and a year and a half went by, and I've been using this. I hooked this up to the bedroom TV as a generic get on the internet computer, you know, streaming computer, just to, not streaming, but you know, getting YouTube put on the television, because I got rid of my cable service because it's just so much garbage on there and so many commercials. And unfortunately YouTube's following the commercial trend because they've just increased their commercial length. So I don't know, we'll be seeing what's happening with that. If it gets too much, I just won't be here. But in any case, so I got this old computer, and I had thought about just destroying it. I mean, really, I thought about beating the hell out of it. But it's always been a nice computer with the keyboard and everything, and with the huge screen, you know. So I was like, maybe I'll invest a little something in it. So first thing I invested in was I got looking online, and I don't ever buy something off the bat. I always research online, because one thing the internet does have is it has reviews, and it has videos of how to fix things. And anyway, so I looked at a lot of videos on how to work on this and everything, and I found out how to take the back off with a little bit of help from a plastic knife. And I got to the back of it, and first thing I did was I changed the memory. Now this is G-Skill. This is the package that the memory came in, okay? This is G-Skill memory, and that's a funny name because I just don't, it blows my mind that they named it that, G-Skill, because, you know, you would think they would name it something that's impressive or something, but G-Skill is kind of like something that your buddy would name something, you know. I'm going to call this G-Skill. Why? Well, my name is G. Okay, G-Skill. So anyway, this original cost is $119.99, $120. Well, Micro Center had this on sale for $40, for $80 off. And what this is a 8 gig memory stick, a DDR3 memory. And you got to go into the specifications of the computer that you have just to try to match. You got to try to match as close as possible. And this was an exact match. Now this right here is the exact chip that came out of the computer. This is the original 4 gig chip of Samsung memory that Acer put in this computer 9 years ago. And look, Samsung memory is some of the best in the world. They just didn't use enough of it. Come on, Acer. God darn it. If you'd have used 8 gigs of memory, I'd have been using this computer for the last 9 years. Because the effect that the 8 gigs of G-Skill memory had on this computer was profound. Profound. It was profound. It improved the computer right away. It made it boost up better. G-Skill, man. Thank you, G-Skill. I appreciate that. And thank you, Micro Center, for having such an amazing sale. Because that was one of the reasons why I didn't upgrade it before, is because this memory was actually more expensive than that back in the day. And I was like, I'm not spending. This computer was only like $225 at Walmart. Something like that. And you know, that's another thing too. People say, well, you're complaining about a cheap computer. Well, there's a minimum amount of something that you have to get into something to make it run. You should put that minimum in there. And if that, I didn't mind, the 5400 RPM hard drive is another sore spot, and we're going to talk about that. But they should have put the 8 gigs of memory in it. That should have been the minimum. And that we're running into that today with Windows 11, because no computer should be sold without 16 gigabytes of memory in it. And I've seen the evidence in my desktops that I got, which one has 32, which is, man, this thing is fast and it's beautiful. And it was $379 with a really good chip and really good hard drive and really good memory. And it's a Dell, and Dell and Spyron, I think, or Aptera, no, Dell and Spyron, I think. In any case, that's another part about Micro Center. They sell refurbished desktops that are amazing. So, and for cheap, for what you get. And they're all warranted, you know. So, I mean, you can buy it, you take it home, you check it out, you use it for a week, just keep your paperwork, and then don't scratch nothing. Don't open anything. Keep all your paperwork, all your packaging, put it back in the box exactly as you got it. Take it back to them and say, look, I use this thing, I'm not happy with it, I want to return it. Now, there may be a restocking fee. I'm just telling you, I don't know. I didn't run into one for the things that I returned. So anyway, long story short, that memory really helped this computer. I mean, it really did. It made a manifest difference in how fast it booted up. Now, it was still a little bit slow in like uploading programs. Like one of the things that what you're seeing on the screen here, I don't know if you're seeing it or not, but this is Poker Stars. Okay, this is Poker Stars, and so I played poker online with this for years, and not with this computer, but with these people for years. And it's enjoyable. It's a nice way to blow off some time. But in any case, so I saw some improvement. I mean, not a little bit. I was like, wow, this 4 gigs of memory really sucked. But the Samsung memory didn't suck. It's just there wasn't enough of it. And this computer is so old that it only has 1 stick of memory. Most computers have 2 sticks of memory minimum. Some of the real high-end ones, I think, probably have 3 or 4. And what that does is that helps the chip in the computer run. And so I was like, wow, $40, and I just saved this computer from getting me using a. I was going to use a sledgehammer on it. I was going to use a chainsaw on it. I was going to shoot it with a gun, but you can't shoot things with guns on YouTube or they won't post it, you know. And they act funny about everything anymore on YouTube. But anyway, so I got that chip in there, and I was like, wow, man, I'd really like to get this hard drive changed, because in the old days you had a genuine hard drive, which was a spinning disc, a magnetic disc that had a little reader on it, just like a turntable. And that's how it accessed data. Now that disc would spin at 5,400 or 7,200 RPM. And some were better than others, and some were made for different purposes than others. So the ones that went into laptops were 5,400 RPM, because that allowed the battery to last some. Now the ones that are in desktops is 7,200 RPM. But then we came into the solid state era, and we wound up with what's called a SSD. And now we even have a better SSD, which looks like this chip. We even have we have hard drives that look like this now, which is amazing to me. It's just awesome. But that's not what this computer uses. What this computer uses is what's called a SATA hard drive. And it's a good spec. It's a good spec. But to give you a background of what I did and the troubles I ran into, back in the day, I had that box. There it is. Okay. Back in the day, I had a gateway computer that I changed the hard drive as soon as these SSDs came out and they became affordable. And just to give you an idea of what a laptop hard drive looks like, this is the old laptop hard drive out of my this is the 500 gigabyte hard drive. It's a Western Digital, and it was in my gateway, and I replaced it with this. Oh shit. It's alive. This right here, an Intel 250 gigabyte SSD drive, and this was on sale at the time. I think it might have been $80. But that really made a difference. Now, to change that, I also bought, at the time, so this probably was $25, so it's probably $105 to get that hard drive installed. This kit right here, and this is called an Apricorn hard drive. It's a notebook drive upgrade kit, okay? And it comes with this cable right here. Comes with this cable, and it comes with a CD, a drive CD that has the operating system in it to change the hard drive. And what you got to do is, with these hard drives is, in this case with the Apricorn system, I put the CD in, and it tells you to boot up. And then what you want to do is you take this. This is the old hard drive, but the new hard drive does the same way, which is there's a plug, and you can see this plug right here. You see the way that there's a tooth on there, and you see that there's a tooth in here. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you orient that tooth to the tooth that's in your hard drive, which is like this. Okay, and then you plug it in. Okay, like that. You just plug it in like that. And there is a USB drive on the side of your computer. Now look at this. You see that? This right here. You see that right there? That tooth right there? How it's blue? That's a new spec of USB. That's called 3.1. It's way faster than the old spec. But that's a new spec 10 years ago, I guess. But anyway, still, if you can find that on your computer, that's what you want to plug into, is the blue spec USB. So anyway, you put the Apricorn CD in, you plug this to the side of your computer with your new SSD, and then it goes through what you got to do to swap out the two computers. Now I got lucky because at the time the Intel computer, the Intel SSD, was compatible with downsizing from a 500 gigabyte to a 250 gigabyte hard drive, because I didn't think I needed a large hard drive with this gateway. And I was right, to be honest with you, because I don't download anything on that to speak of. I did run into a little issue because I was starting to put some videos on there with YouTube when my wife got sick, but I stopped doing that. I'm doing that on my desktops now, so that's not a problem. But anyway, long story short, I got this replaced in my gateway using this Apricorn system. Well, what I didn't know about this Apricorn system is that this cable apparently contains a chip in it that identifies it to the computer. And what that means is that there's a permission in this cable that it will not complete data transfers without that CD. And I didn't know that. So anyway, so I was like, I bought two crucial hard drives. I bought one that was 250 gigabyte because I wanted to just downsize it again for this computer because I don't need the storage space. And it would not go with 250 gigabytes. I downloaded Crucial's version of they actually what is it? Acronis. It's called Acronis. That's the software program that modern computers use. A lot of companies use to transfer data from old hard drives to new hard drives. I downloaded that Acronis and I tried twice with once with a Crucial SSD that was 250 gigabytes, and then I got all mad and I said, screw it, I'll go spend the money. I got a 1 terabyte SSD, Crucial SSD, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't download from the Western Digital. This one has a 500 gigabyte, just like the Gateway has, and they're both Western Digital. Makes me laugh a little bit. But and they're good hard drives. It was just slow. But that was the technology at the time. That's not Western Digital's fault. So anyway, tried it twice with the Crucials, and I got really mad because I didn't want to take this in because I don't want to spend $200 on a computer that I can spend another $50 on and get a modern computer from Micro Center that is, it's modern, because they sell one for $250. It's refurbished. It's in brand new shape. That's got an i5 chip in it. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM in it, and that as soon as it's got Windows 10, but if you buy it, as soon as you buy it, it'll upgrade to Windows 11 for $250. Now, really, if I needed, I really think about, I'm going to watch their website, because the good thing about Micro Center is they always get new stuff in. They're always going all over the world. They go all over the world, and they collect computers from companies all over the world. And what they'll do is they'll clean the hard drive out, and they'll see if the computer needs anything. And if it doesn't, hell, they'll sell it for a great discount. So anyway, long story short, I just didn't want to put $200 in it. So I said, I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to do this one more time. And I looked on the Micro Center website, and I looked at the reviews I was looking specifically, the cable pissed me off, because I was like, you know what, god darn, I want to use that Apricorn. And I ran into a problem with the Apricorn I ran into a thing that said cannot run program because administrator. I'm like, I'm the only one on the computer, damn it. So I went and I looked in Windows across the internet about why that happened, and it turns out that that's a common problem with upgrades of Windows, is that it doesn't recognize that you're the only person on a computer. It says that there's an administrator above you that has permissions above you. So I don't know, I got looking at that, and I searched that about 20 times, and I think Windows must have seen it, because at one point I got a download for a a Windows 10 improvement, and it was one specific line of code that they downloaded, and I watched it happen. And I didn't have that problem anymore. I was happy. I was like, okay, thank you very much. So anyway, I went on Micro Center's website, and I looked across their website for SATA transfer cables that were like this, okay? And I found this, and man, well, am I glad I found this. This is the Sabrent. It's the Sabrent 2.5 hard drive and SSD to USB 3.1 adapter. And I gotta tell you, you would think it's just a cable. And that's what I thought. It's just a cable. And I saw one for $10. And I think it's from a company called Inland. And I looked at the reviews, and the one thing about Micro Center that's wonderful is they give you all the reviews, good or bad. They're honest, and some of their reviews are scathing. Some people hate Micro Center, and it's mostly because the people are not realizing, look, it's a business. We can't just give you things, okay? But we'll work with you. But please, be tolerant. We'll do our best. But some people ain't like that. Some people, man, they get upset. But, so the reviews in it are great. They're from great to awful. And I looked at that review of that Inland cable, and I found a certain review where a guy says, look, we're having problems with these cables. And then I went to this Sabrent cable, and man, I found nothing but good reviews on this cable, and a lot of them. That's the important thing. You got to understand, if you're looking at reviews on the internet, if you find something that's got 5 reviews and all 5 reviews are great, and then you log on to those reviews and you see that 4 of them are just 5 stars with nothing posted, and the next one's posted said great cable, and it has lots of grammatical errors. Great cable, it upload great, so happy. Well, the syntax tells you that the review was made by somebody who doesn't speak English, who most likely was from the company where the product was made. Well, Sabrent ain't like that. Their reviews was all good and all done by actual users. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I know it's $18.99 and the other cable's $10, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm glad I did, because I got to tell you, this sucker is made quality. It's quality. Now, when I open this up, I'm going to show you this, how they package this. Now, they package this sucker. Look, watch this. Look how good they package this. Look at this. I've never seen a cable packaged like this. This is amazing. Look how beautiful this is packaged. It has its own foam holder in it. The cable is really sturdy. It's really well made. It has a LED light in it right here that shows you when data is being accessed through the cable. It's outstanding. And there's also, I don't even know what this is. I think this is oh, I know what this is. This is that new spec USB. So you could put that in the even faster USB spec. You just plug this in. That's very cool. And it's free. It comes with it. You just put that in and you plug it. Let's see. See if I can get it on here. Just like that. Alright. You just plug that in there and you can get that new spec LED into the new one. So this cable's modern. This cable's modern for all new computers. Very cool. That is very cool. I wish I'd have put that in the review, because I gave a review on Micro Center about this and I really loved it. But the thing that got me was, look, these people are proud of their cable. They're proud of their product, and that's why they package it like this, because when you use it, now look, you can get a hard drive with this cable. What I could do, and I probably will do it, is I'm going to wait until they do a 5 terabyte SSD hard drive sale, which it'll be coming, because everything gets cheaper over time, and I'll just buy the SSD, put a little enclosure around it, and I'll plug this cable in, and that'll be my storage drive for my computer. So, in any case, I bought this Sprint cable. I just wouldn't think that a cable made so much difference, but it does. And it was this is the last one in the store. When you go to Micro Center, you won't find one. Ha ha ha! I got the last one. I got the last one. But you know they'll be getting more in. They'll be getting more in because Sprint's no doubt a cable company this good. A cable company this good will survive. So anyway, I got this cable, and it took a while to find it too because the on the Micro Center website, they give you a map, and they gave me the area where it was at, but it didn't give me the exact location. And I looked for this sucker for about 20 minutes. I was I was standing there looking through standard SATA cables for a computer and all kinds. Yeah, power cables, all kinds. Like, oh man, I'm not going to find this. I don't know where it's at. And I saw the Sprint name and the way it was packaged on another item that was there. I said, well, there's the brand I'm looking for, because I couldn't remember quite what it was, but I remembered the brand name, and I was looking for that. And I looked around looking at it. Finally, went over, found the hard drive I was going to use in the case. And they're busy as hell. You got to be a little bit patient because their guys are running around all over the place working with other customers, and it takes a little time for them to process the stuff. And so I said, well, let me go back over and look at this cable, because I thought they closed at 6 on Saturday, because I thought that's what the Google Maps said, but they closed at 9. So it was like 5:30, and I was like, oh man, I'm running out of time. But I finally found it. I said, all right, I got the last one. I saw the last one on the sticker. I was like, all right, cool. So I went over, and they have their hard drives in the case. And what I wanted was, because I had a Western Digital hard drive in here, and I saw it, when the numerous times I took it out to put the Crucial in to see if it had downloaded, because it didn't say it had downloaded. But anyway, so I know I had a Western Digital in it, and I went online and I researched this line of hard drives, and I found out that Western Digital, and I don't know if this is common among manufacturers, but if you buy the same brand hard drive, and you buy, if you buy the same size, at least the same size, the transfer process goes way better. It doesn't like to process down size. It likes to process to the same size or up size. So if you have a 250 gigabyte, it likes to go to 250 or 500 or 1 terabyte. I didn't know that. I was like, honestly, the difference in price today of SSDs from 250 to 500 to 1 terabyte is getting less and less. And Microsoft always has a great sale. I mean, Micro Center. I keep saying Microsoft. Micro Center always has a great sale. So I found this in a case, and I got my cable. And I downloaded my Acronis software, and it worked the first time. I know I'm running out of time here before it's going to split, but it worked the first time, and it is profoundly faster. My SSD is profoundly faster than my old hard drive. Profoundly faster. I mean, way faster. And the difference that it makes is it means I don't have to buy another computer. So I spent, and it was on sale. This was on sale. This was, it says $63.99. Hell, I spent $42 for this. And this cable's $18.99. And I had thought about being a piece of crap and buying the cable and returning it, because I don't need it right now. But this cable's so good, I'm keeping this, because I might buy another SSD and use it. And there's a use for it. This is a spec I will always be using. Anyway, I see that I've almost run out this video, because it splits it at 30 minutes. In any case, it has been a success. And thank you, Micro Center. Thank you, Western Digital. Thank you, Sabrent. Oh my God, the cable. Who would have thought a cable meant so much difference? And thank you to Micro Center for being such a great store. You're awesome. I encourage everyone to do business with Micro Center. Micro Center is an awesome store. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This old computer is great. Now I'm going to get off here and play some poker. And y'all have a great day. God bless you.